Okay, it looks like I'm like jumping around. It had a hard time going. I turned on my mouse thing because I wanted to explain this to you a little bit. I'm sitting here. I rewatched my video from when I went up to the lake where I grew up. I had to pause it for a minute to do something for my daughter. Going to the lake, there's a lot of sun, a lot of shadows, a lot of everything. So, you know, this is just something I came across and I've been racking my brains over for the past, I don't know how many hours. I took a nap and it's just boggling my brain because it looks like my hat man showed himself, so I can kind of show people what he looks like. I I don't know how to invert colors. That's the only thing on here. Um I have the original footage. I asked somebody else what their opinion of it is, and I'm waiting on that reply because I did debunk some of it. Um, I've taken in consideration the shadows, the sun, the fact that there's houses in the back of the house. I've taken into the fact that my girlfriend's car windows need to be washed and the reflections on there. And a lot of this is not reflection because it would go into the house like the other reflections do. But here we see this is where I grew up. This is Chris, this is Pine Street, basically. Off here is where my house was growing up. This is the Kennefic's house. I don't know. I think they're still there, so I shouldn't like dox them. But this was where Butsy and Uncle Freddie lived. They're not there, so I'm not doxing them. There's a house down here that was owned by our family, the land, and then the cabins and cottages were next to Kennefic's house, right down here. Not the cabins and cottages. What am I saying? The red cabin, the Rocher's cabin, Mrs. Rocher. They long since tore that down and put a regular house there too. Um, Without saying names, one of my people I was visiting said that he's always felt the darkness. He wasn't like the girls saw things. Um, but I know one of them doesn't never saw anything. But I've never personally talked to that person about it. But this newer one said he never seen anything, but he felt it. So there are people that were asking if I was the only one that felt these things up here, and I'm not. I mean, there was other families around here that had things going on too. Well, I was showing my daughter the house I grew up in, and of course we pass it real quick. I do have the original video. It's available to people I trust that will debunk it instead of and tell me the truth instead of use it to their advantage. But I'm gonna slowly go and I'm gonna show you. This is the wall my grandfather built. We are part of our driveway went up like this and it went around. See, it had this and then our driveway went down like that. So there was a house right here, and there's that house is still there. But this is the wall that my grandpa built, and I was down at the Rochers down here when I looked up and saw a tall man with a top hat or a tall hat on and a trench coat. That's what I remember seeing. Seeing this guy all the while I was growing up traumatized me. Now you will see, like right here, that's Sue's car. All right, I'm trying to make sense of it, and I did zoom it in, so Um, this is what the house looks like now. This was not here. This portion of the house was not here when I was growing up. This was all land. Just to let you know. See, you get marks like this. This is on my girlfriend's car. Um, please don't mind them. So I took those into consideration. This part of the house was not there when I was growing up. That was all land. But as I zoomed in, as I went, when I stopped my video, I'll show you what I saw. Wait a minute. Well, I can't show you. It's not really doing it. I saw this basically. See how it it's just a shadow type thing. So I'm like, boy, what is that? Huh? Because the back of the house, way back here, that's where my bedroom was, and this is the area that this thing is showing up. Back here, now that I zoomed in, I couldn't tell unless I zoomed in. The back here, this is all houses. There's a lot of shadow play in this. This is something that's attached to a house. I don't know what it is. It's natural. But I'm not talking about the houses melding into whatever this is. It just seems to me funny that it's just separate. The shadow part right down here is all separate. Now, as we go, this I think is just part of right here. I think is just part of the houses in back. Um, because when you move around, that goes around. But see, I'm moving it, and the shadow kind of moves, but it doesn't. But these are moving. Like I said, this video is going real fast, so it's gonna have distortions. But then it looks like something gets up and walks. See what I'm talking about? It looks like it's see-through. These are houses. So I kind of like put those as part of the houses, but this right here, I mean, there's obviously shrubs and trees and stuff, but it looks like it gets up and walks. See? Or it's coming out. I don't know how to explain it. It just, I sound crazy, but okay. Now, the next frames, you will see even more. See, this is where you really see what I want to show you. Right here, there's a shadow manifesting. These, like I said, are the houses in the back. I finally debunked that, so nothing scary, nothing to be said. There's bushes and trees and woods and stuff. But then when you go, something else manifests. See what I'm talking about right there? Not this part. Like I said, this part is not legs. This part is part of this house. So I'm like taking all this consideration, but look, it's the hat, it's the eyes, with the dark sockets. It's the coat. It's just, and he's tall. And look how tall he is compared to the house. Yeah, like I said, it went really fast. So he came, showed himself, and left. So anyways, that's if you want to know what I saw when I was a kid. Dark coat, hat. And he's clearly blocking out the back. Okay, it's clearly blocking out the houses. So I did send this to a person I trust. But see, you got the house here. When it manifests, I'm not talking about that, doesn't meld with it. Okay? The face is its own. So there's my Hat Man. And it just seems really weird. It's right in the back of where my bedroom was. Now, like I said, I tried to rule out all this is the house is in back, shadows and stuff like that, but he's see through. He's there. See, I mean, something's moving. And see, they're so quick, and that's why it's hard to see them during the day. See? He blocks that out totally. He blocked that out. It wouldn't have looked like that. See, that's the house. Comes up, he blocks it out. And then it just totally. I can't explain it. I'm a novice at that, but it just that's him. That's Hat Man. Once you see it, I can't unsee it. But like I said, I tried so hard. Like I can see the houses in back of him. I can see it manifesting. See, I'm even seeing the shadows are different too when we move. Like there's a shadow up here. It's created by the sun. See how all that is all moving. So it's like all the trees are moving. I'm taking it all into consideration. If you look at it, it's 3D. But Hat Man, yeah, that's distinct. I can't explain it. It looks like a manifestation, and this is zoomed in. But it's just really weird because, like I said, I was doing something for my daughter, and when I had let me get stopped the video. Where was it? I didn't stop it there. Stopped it around here. I had something that looked like Megatron, so I wasn't sure what it was. But then as I went frame by frame and looked at it like this and saw that, I knew what, I mean, in my heart of hearts, I know I captured something. That's just it. Have a nice day. Property, that's where. This is right here is where we grew up, our property. That's where. This is right here is where we grew up, Archie. Right there. Property. That's where. This is right here is where we grew up, Archie. Right there. Right there.